who I don't think is going to be alongside by the time they're heading towards Brundon and Nelson. So with that fantastic start that he got, that was the key to it. Really nailed the start when the lights went out, and now he's sitting firmly in the slipstream of the race leader and the championship leader as they come over the start-finish line. So Deegan Fairclough leads. James Wallace looking to try and attack, but isn't going to try anything this time as they head up in towards the braking area for the right-hander at Ritchie's corner. Jensen Brickley sitting there in third. Jake Maynard in fourth, fifth is Sid Smith, and it was indeed, yeah, it was Jake Triggs that was there in sixth position. I thought it was. That was a really, really good start from Jake Triggs to work his way from ninth up to sixth on the first lap of the race. Seventh at the moment is going to be number 2, that's Albert Webster. Eighth place is Alex Lee. Ninth place is number 88, which is going to be Joseph Knight. And completing the top 10 is number 75 at this stage, which is going to be Harry Jarman that completes the top 10. But the leading pair just looking to try and see if they can build a little bit of a gap between themselves and the number 246 car of Jensen Brickley, who's there in third place still. They disappear out of view whilst they turn their way through the left-hander at Agostini, reappear into view on the way out of it. Sort of 2 for the lead. Jensen Brickley pushing hard to try and make it a trio. If anything, he's just pulling away a little bit from Jake Maynard's car that sits there in fourth position, the silver car, but Jake Maynard's under pressure from the machine that sits directly behind, which is the slow starting number 99 car in the hands of Sid Smith. Through the right-hander at Oggies, up towards then the next of the right-handers, which is Williams, brings him onto the top of the Bentley straight. Remember, Archie Handy off the back of the grid trying to close in all of the time with those ahead of him. Remember, he started 10 seconds adrift of everybody. He's 14 seconds off the lead at the moment, still 2.5 seconds shy of getting up onto terms with the next of the cars in the battle as well, which he'll want to try and do. Catch the cars ahead is what he'll be pushing to do. With a queue of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars all absolutely behind him. Over the start finish time they'll come. Deegan Fairclough still leading the way. James Wallace still shadowing there in second place, less than half a second adrift. Deegan Fairclough with the fastest lap of the race on the first of the flying laps, 1 minute 22.484, which is about 0.2 of a second shy of the pole position time. That lap time that Deegan Fairclough has done would still have been good enough for pole position, even though it's just the first flying lap of the race. Jensen Brickley still there in third. Fourth place is still Jake Maynard. Fifth place is Sid Smith. Sixth place, having lost those positions as a result of that moment, is Jake Triggs. And then up to seventh now has come car number 76, which is going to be Alex Lee. Up to eighth comes Joseph Knight. And down 2 places goes Albert Webster on that lap. We've also had a shuffle further back as well, as George Davis on that lap got himself ahead of the number 75 car in the hands of Harry Jarman, who's now dropped down into 11th position. As for Archie Handy off the back of the grid, he's now 2.2 seconds shy of getting himself up onto terms with Alex Sprange, so pushing hard to try and catch the car ahead, and was 0.2 of a second quicker than him that time through, so it's going to take at least another 3 or 4 laps, i.e. the rest of the race, to get himself up onto terms with the car and try and do battle with it. The leaders, though, are now for the third time of asking, starting to work their way onto the top of the Bentley straight. Deegan Fairclough still looking to try and maintain just enough of an advantage over James Wallace that he doesn't have to worry too much. James Wallace looking to try and push as hard as he possibly can to try and close up that gap. time Jensen Brickley getting dropped in third position, but whilst Jensen's getting dropped in third place, he's still pulling away from the fourth place battle that we've got going on, which is Jake Maynard at the wheel of the number 18 car, coming under pressure from 99, which is Sid Smith. As for Jake Triggs, well, he is there in sixth position, but Alex Lee is not going away either. And Archie Handy has almost now caught up with Alex Strange, so he was 1.5 seconds quicker on that lap, Archie Handy, so should, before too much longer, despite the exclusion from qualifying, having to start off the back of the grid and being given a 10-second penalty, he will not be running around in last place before too much longer, I wouldn't have thought. Race leaders, though, for the fourth time now, heading in towards the braking area for Agostini. Last time through, the lead advantage grew by about 1.5 tenths of a second, so it's up to 0.65 of a second first to second. Deegan Fairclough and James Wallace as they came over the start and finish line. Remember, James on for his best result of the season so far. His first podium visit, his first top six in reality, and is sitting there in second place. Jensen Brickley in third position will be knowing that he's going to be losing ground to his main championship rival. There are 2 championship points for the fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap of the race so far is going the way of our race leader Deegan Fairclough. 50 points for a race win, 46 for second, 42 if you are third. There's also an extra point for pole position. Deegan Fairclough at the moment has pole, has the race. Yeah, 1.2 seconds the gap first to second. That was a really good lap again put in by Deegan Fairclough relative to James Wallace. 5 minutes of the race still to go. Now, did I hear a missed gear there from Jake Triggs? I think I did, and as a result of that, through and outside of the top 6 now goes Jake Triggs, because he's lost out there, I'm afraid. Alex Lee was able to squeeze his way through. I think it was just a missed gear as he came over the start-finish line, and the pressure was already on. Whether that created the mistake or whether it's just a genuine mistake, but yeah, that has now dropped Jake Triggs outside of the top 6 after that really good start that he had. Back down through the order again, Jake, who has had a top 6 so far this year. That came at Alton Park last time out, where he finished in 5th position. So he's now down into 7th, unfortunately though. Leading pair out of Agostini. 4.5 minutes just under of the race to go. The best of the battles, I would say, at the moment is for 4th and 5th place, which is the silver car, number 18 of Jake Maynard, still under this pressure from Sid Smith's machine. 2 of them together as they headed towards the braking area for Oggy. Sid Smith closes up as much as he possibly dare in towards the braking area for the right-hander. No opportunity to squeeze his way through on the way into the corner. Wouldn't want to either, because his best bet is to get a good run coming out of Williams and try and see what you can do onto the Bentley straight and see whether you might be able to draw yourself alongside and on the inside line heading in towards Brundle. But no, the car's so evenly matched and with the restrictors on them, I don't think the toe has as much as an effect. He started to pick up a bit of a toe towards the bottom of the Bentley straight. Now it's actually gone out of shade.